welcome everyone. It's Friday, December 10th, 2025, and we're going to do a Love, Death Tarot reading. Here we go. Main energy of the reading is the Four of Wands, followed by your love, Ten of Swords, your death, Eight of Pentacles. Your person's love is the Five of Swords in the reverse, and your person's death card is coming in as the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups in the reverse. All right. So to start, the Nine of Cups in the reverse, I feel that there's an underlying energy here of frustration, feeling that perhaps things are not working out as you're expecting. You know, perhaps you've been attempting to manifest and to attract, and it just kind of seems like you're not quite getting it right at this time. Let's take a look here. The Nine of Cups in the reverse. This does speak to feelings of, disappointment, underachievement, and some lack of fulfillment. Reversed in love, this speaks to a lack of a deeper connection. This could speak to a superficial relationship, or that inner work is needed. And certainly I'm picking up on the inner work being needed here, as I was speaking to kind of like to be able to kind of get your, be able to attract the way that you're wanting to attract, to get into the upright position. So let's move on here. This card encourages you to get in touch with what truly matters and reflect on the mark that you want to make in the world. It's a good time to think about what you can contribute to others and also to reconnect with loved ones. But yes, it signals a lack of fulfillment, or a feeling that your dreams have not manifested the inner happiness that you had hoped for. So let's move on. I'm not gonna lie, the Four of Wands is throwing me off a little amongst all the energies here, but let's get into it. Also, no major arcana here in this spread today, guys. So these are all, lighter energies that are, that are in your 3D. Alright, so the Four of Wands in the upright is the overall energy in the reading. This speaks to community, home, celebrations, reunions, parties, gatherings, as well as a sense of belonging. The Four of Wands represents joyful celebration, reunion, and relaxation. The card signifies that you have reached an important milestone on a project or an achieved goal. And okay, I can definitely see that, because I'm seeing the Eight of Pentacles over here. So I do feel like, that you're certainly having successes in reaching goals. But think of it as, when you're kind of comparing the two, not to start comparing, because we want to, and it seems that you're doing that, right? But I understand that, or I'm sure a lot of, we're all guilty. That's just how we're just wired. It's just natural to start getting into this mindset, but you just have to remember that it's all about the journey, and not to focus too much on the outcome. But however that inner work looks to you, definitely a call to just kind of see, what may be blocking your attraction. Start looking online. There's so much helpful knowledge out there on YouTube. But I also feel like, yeah, you're just really enjoying family at this time. You may have reunited with extended family members recently. And of course, the holidays have just passed. This can speak to homecoming and just feeling satisfied and safe at home. So, that's just a really great energy to have as the overall, or to have as the theme. You may have recently also returned from a trip. Yeah, especially with the castles in the background, so perhaps somewhere where you were able to see castles. But just, yeah, to gain new experiences, a new perspective on life. All right, so now we're going to move over to the Ten of Swords, and this is your card. This is your love card. This does speak to collapse, exhaustion, and feelings of just a dead end. The Ten of Swords represents endings, betrayal, and fear. You may have recently been hurt by the actions of another. This betrayal felt like the final blow in a string of recent experiences within the situation. Upright in love, this can speak to a breakup, a separation, sadness, grief, pain, as well as infidelity. It is a reminder that it's okay to feel sadness and fear, but an important part of the journey, and I was just talking about the journey. The important part of the journey will be releasing feelings of victimization or desire of pity from others. So, here's the beautiful thing. I feel like, this coming in as your love card, it's that you've ascended from this. You are stronger because of this. You have different perspectives because of this. In some way, shape, or form, you have grown wiser because of this. So it's like what you bring to the table, what you bring to this connection, whatever person you're thinking of right now, and if this reading resonates for you, is that you bring that resilience. I feel too that this isn't the first time you've gone through, a Ten of Swords, or if you will, have had to do shadow work or a dark night of the soul or some sort. So, so definitely what being your love card, it's that, it's like you bring emotional, it's like just have a feeling that you've worked on yourself, so you bring some form of emotional stability to the connection. You've gone through your trials and tribulations. You're starting to understand what doesn't work, and what you're looking for. And all along the way of that, of course, is understanding what you don't want to then understand what you do want. Your inner being is always calling you there, by the way. You just have to go with what feels right. So I believe, just personal suggestion is to just tap into your inner being, however that looks, but start making decisions that feel right. Okay. So let's move over then to the Eight of Pentacles. What I'm getting now with this is, of course, coming in as your Death card, is, you could perhaps be a little bit of a workaholic, or not in a bad way, it's just that you spend, you put a lot of time into your projects and careers. And even as the Four of Wands was speaking to, completing goals and projects and reaching milestones. So you're very dedicated to your craft. The Eight of Pentacles speaks to skill, talent, craftsmanship, quality, high standards, mastery, commitment, dedication, and accomplishment. The Eight of Pentacles represents mastery, learning new skills, and honing a craft. This card encourages you to further your education or skills in your industry or to immerse yourself in your craft. Upright in love, this speaks to achieving relationship goals or cultivating relationship. This is a reminder that you are more than capable of building a career that is both emotionally and financially satisfying. This card is a positive sign to follow through with your goals. So keep on your path, guys, because you already, you do seem to already be completing goals, So continue to do so. Of course, ensuring that not all your energy is spent necessarily on the craft, but to also put time into yourself, time to talk to yourself, to your higher spirit. 20 to 25 minutes a day for meditation, or just of quiet, just sit there. And actually today, I haven't done it in a while, but just growing up, I grew up with cats pretty much my entire life, and I would always enjoy the sounds of hearing them eating, or lapping their water, or so my cat now, I fed him a little can of cat food, and I just sat there on the floor with him and just listened to him eat. It was very relaxing, and I just closed my eyes and listened and just quieted my mind, because it's really all about, you can either do guided meditations, and if not, just focus on something such as your breathing. You could have something on in the background. Right now I have, meditation bowls going on in the background. So whatever that looks like to you guys, spend some time on that part of yourself. Spend some time going within and figuring out how to tune your frequency, you know what I mean? To get into that, because the Nine of Cups in the upright, this character is now in the upright pleasant. He's in a pleasant state of waiting because he knows what's meant for him will be. So in the reversed, I just feel like you may be perhaps putting your focus a little bit too much on the outcome. Take that if it resonates, but you have some homework to do. All right, we're going to move on now to the Five of Swords. For both of your love cards, sword cards, for both of your death, pentacle cards. So with that, I do feel that, both of you have, gone through your pain and however that looks, but y'all are meeting at the point where you're meeting each other as more assured individuals, as individuals who are more aware of what they want, are, perhaps more just willing to fight for the love that they want, willing to fight for their boundaries, their values. So, and then, with the pentacles as well, it's just more so let us, I feel the downfall of this connection, or, as the death cards, is essentially don't focus too heavily, don't put all your energy simply on one area of your life. But let's see. And then as the Cups card is the underlying energy of all this, is, so then in the background, though, you really need to work on, the emotional connection with yourself or with source, or again, however that looks to you. And, you'll feel it here. You'll know, you'll be guided in terms of what actions to take. So the Five of Swords in the reverse, this is your person's love card. This speaks to reconciliation, resolution, compromise, regret, remorse, and cutting losses. The Five of Swords reverse can often show up when someone is having trouble moving on from someone in their life, or they feel they are in a never-ending power struggle. Reversed in love, this can speak to getting back together, forgiveness, or breakup. This card also shows up when someone is feeling unfocused in their energy or is not making progress on a project despite their constant efforts. Your person is encouraged to be patient with themselves and focus on taking small, consistent steps in the direction that they're hoping to go toward. And I feel like, again, that's what you've been doing. So I feel that perhaps, this, you can guide this person in a way in the connection. I'm probably going to pull some more clarification here on the Five of Swords. Why the Five of Swords for a love position? Okay, we have the World, first major arcana. I think this person is going to turn their... I feel that this person is going to turn their, their regret, their energy of feeling stuck or feeling like they're in a never-ending power struggle, which I feel more so is with themselves or like with just life in general. But your person has again, they're feeling unfocused and like they're not making projects, but I feel that once they're back on the right track, essentially, and, again, as I was saying, if you're able to perhaps guide them on their journey, give them different perspectives to consider, this person is just going to basically, their world is going to change for the better. They're going to be able to turn this into great energy. That's why it came in here as their love card. And that's very powerful, coming in the World as the major arcana for this, because I was asked, well, why did the Five of Swords in the reverse come in for this position? The World speaks to a sense of belonging, wholeness, harmony, and fulfillment, as well as achievement. Upright in love, this speaks to feeling loved and grateful, as well as it speaks to a fulfilling romantic life. This shows that all the efforts that you've been putting into place are starting to pay off. So I feel like they have been putting effort in, they just feel like they're in a never-ending power struggle. They feel like, and again, underlying energy, I feel like that's for both of y'all, really. But certainly here, definitely for your person. But again, even, with yourself here in this position here. And so with it be if I had not mentioned, with it coming in as a major arcana, to me it's a positive omen that this person, whatever it is that they're going through right now in the moment, essentially they'll overcome it. But they're gonna have to want that, of course, but the energy is there for it. And then last card is the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and that comes in as your person's death card. The King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so this speaks to materialism, wastefulness, possible chauvinistic qualities. This could speak to being poor with financial decisions. This could also speak to someone who enjoys gambling. Take that as it resonates. If your person does, then there you go. There is a danger that for this person, their focus is quite heavily on money at this time. The King of Pentacles in a reverse position can also warn against dishonest deeds for which greed and selfishness are hidden. Reversed in love, this speaks to a greedy lover or being used or controlled. Being used or being controlling. If the asker is, or if your person, I should say, is working toward a goal, this card asks them to be extremely decisive and clear about their direction. Again, pointing to, you have to have that focus on in terms of where you want to go. So they're encouraged to take time to plan their objectives and just break them down into realistic steps. And I feel like we had just said that out one of the cards. I believe it was maybe the Nine of Cups or the Eight of Pentacles. But take those small steps, guys. Yeah, I think it was the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe the Five of Swords, or I'm going crazy, but either way. No, yeah, it was the Five of Swords. It's just taking those small, consistent steps. And so to card for your person, is to be patient with themselves and take small, consistent steps toward their goal. I'm going to get some clarification also just on the King of Pentacles, why in that position, because and in that position, if that's who they are, that would certainly caution the love that I would want from someone being from someone who is, perhaps greedy and perhaps a chauvinist or poor with financial decisions or exploitative or possessive. If they're a greedy lover, if they're materialistic, if they're controlling. So let's just... Alright, so why the King of Pentacles? Okay, the Empress in the reverse. Again, another major arcana, which is really cool for your person. Well, why the King of Pentacles for their love card for their death card. Oh, and that's true. I forgot that I was reading that as like the love, but that's fine. Okay, so then essentially what could lead to the downfall of the connection was all those qualities that I pointed out, which perhaps if they are poor with financial decisions or a gambler or obsessive or controlling, those types of things, that could definitely certainly then lead to the downfall of the connection. Why? Because I asked it. Well, because they could feel insecure at this time. Also, they feel, with the Five of Swords, they feel that they're lacking growth, they're lacking progress. The Empress reverse indicates that your person may have lost some of their own willpower and strength by focusing on too much on other people's affairs and neglecting the need, their own needs and their own desires. Reversed in love, the Empress speaks to speaks to lack of self-worth, jealousy. This could speak to a clingy lover or just feeling a lack of progress in love. This could also mean that this person may be relying on others to take care of them and make decisions for them. So they need to work toward removing that influence on their life and building the confidence in their own actions. And I believe if they get into the right mindset, then they can achieve the reality, the world that they are attracting, that they're envisioning. But I would certainly, there's caution here for me in the energy there. Just take your time to, I'm not sure how long you've known this person or not, whether this is reconnecting with someone or someone brand new, but either way, or especially if it is someone new, just take the time to get to know them, really try to understand if they're a good person, what their values are, if they're willing to respect boundaries. And you got to test people out, guys, before just fully revealing all your energy to someone. And I'm talking, both physically and otherwise. So I hope that was helpful. I'm going to pull an advice card to end the reading. Okay. So we have the Page of Swords. It did come out on its side. But I feel that, as I was just saying, it's going to be critical for you to stand by your boundaries, okay? Be strong. The last thing you want is another sword right in the back. So it seems that you've been through pain. But you seem to be it's like you're in a good spot now. So let's take a look and see what the Page of Swords has to say for us. So I'm going to just read all the energies here, of course, upright and the reverse, and see what resonates with me for this reading. And again, this is advice for you. The Page of Swords represents communication, innovation, and moving forward with projects. You may be brimming with new ideas or enthusiasm, and you're exploring ways to publicly share them. Upright in love, this can speak to an intellectual relationship and or a lack of emotional intimacy. You may need to contact a professional consultant for help in order to make a decision. Carefully weigh the pros and cons before signing a contract. So I don't know, I suddenly felt there for some reason. I was just thinking of when I said hiring or contacting a professional consultant, I just intuitively thought of a realtor. So perhaps you're at this point of time where you're either about to sign a lease or buy a house. The Page of Swords in the reverse speaks to feelings of being scatterbrained, maybe some just sarcastic or gossipy. So unexpected problems could arise. You may receive a promise that will later be broken, and it's reiterated again to just read any contract carefully before signing it, as there may be a misunderstanding. And I feel like while this could is certainly maybe talking about something like physical, like, you know, signing an actual contract, I also feel too that I still feel like I'm being led to this person where it's like, just carefully weigh the pros and cons of essentially this energy of this person here. Reversed in love, this could speak to being argumentative, being a defensive partner, or failing to communicate. And similar to the upright card, the Page of Swords reversed may also signify that you have been shy to publicly express yourself for fear of rejection of what others think. And so then going back to, you know, as I said earlier, just what I instinctively initially got is just staying true to your boundaries. And again, if this person does come in and, you know, you're starting to get to know them and you've talked about your boundaries and your wants and stuff with each other, and they're starting to disrespect your voice, your light, your energy, then, you know, I would just remind yourself of this and understand that you're in a good spot right now. Your energy's in a good spot. So just stand strong, guys, you know, and continue to work on yourselves. Remain headfast, remain strong-willed. You guys, you know, we all have the willpower. We just need to understand how to manifest it. So, you know, again, I would just suggest maybe, you know, looking some stuff up online and see how you can help yourself, you know, study manifestation more. So I hope that helped everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.